Hello everybody on YouTube, it's Michael here again, and this video is going to be part 3 of the tutorial of the Yamaha PSR-SX920 keyboard. Thank you very much for watching and hope you enjoy. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to show you on part 3 of the tutorial of the Yamaha PSR-SX920 keyboard, and that is the microphone settings, vocal harmony and synth vocoder. So I will show that to you. So I do have a microphone and it's connected to the keyboard. I'm now going to switch on the microphone. So here we go. Testing, 1, 2. So the microphone is turned on. Let me just turn it up a bit, but not too much because of the, I don't want the microphone to feedback. Testing, 1, 2. This is going to be the microphone settings and vocal harmony / vocoder. Okay, so there is a the volume. Oh, let me just turn off the mic. There is a volume slider just at the back of the keyboard, next to the microphone input. There's also a switch within the microphone input, which has mic and guitar. So it's currently set to microphone, but if you switch it to guitar, you can hook a guitar in instead of a microphone, and you can actually play guitar, and it will sound on the PSR-SX920, which is pretty good. And also the onboard DSP effects will work within, like, when you play the guitar. So at least that way you don't have to have any effects pedals. But I wouldn't know where to start in playing a guitar, so I don't think I'll be able to show that, I'm afraid. But for those that do know how to play a guitar and have one of these keyboards or similar, I'm sure you know how it all works. But if only if I could play a guitar, but I can't, so I'm afraid I won't be able to show that. But I can show the microphone settings and everything else. Okay, so we just press the mic setting / vocal harmony button, and it takes us straight to the mic settings. And we have all sorts of different things, such as the free band equalizer, noise gate, compressor, and this icon here, this is cog icon, in which we can do different effects, which I will show you in a bit. So we just have these sort of equalizers. I don't know how, let's see here. Oh god, there you go. That's a bit too loud. But at least these, the equalizers, they can be modified, as you can hear. There we go. Oh, there we go. That's far too loud. Okay, so those are just the free band equalizers in which you can alter. And if you want to put them back to the factory defaults, just simply hold it down. And there we go. It goes back to normal. So those are just the free band equalizer. But the thing about turning them really high up and having high volume, it can cause feedback, which can damage the keyboard speakers. So you've got to be careful of that. Okay, and now we have noise gate. Let's see what that does. Hello. Hello. And there's the threshold. I don't know what that does, but that's something you can alter as well. And then we have compressor. Let me just turn that on. Hello. Right. Testing. 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 1, 1, 2. 1, 1, 2. Oh, there we go. It's getting loud. Compressor. Right. Testing. 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 There we go. So that's the compressor. So I'm just going to put them back to the factory defaults. There we go. And then turn off compressor. And then we have pitch detect. Let's see. I'm not sure what that does. Let's see. Testing, 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 testing. 1, 2. Voice. We have the different voice ranges and background noise cut. Testing, testing. And response, we have like medium, fast. Again, I'm not fully sure what these do, but these are like the different functions with the pitch detect. So that's all the vocals, and now we have the talk, when you just want to do talking. So, the same thing, 3-band equalizer, noise gate, talk mixing. Here we go, we can change the effects, like here we go. Oh, hello. Echo. That's the chorus, by the way, but we can change that. So let me just go to the mixer, and I'm going to change the chorus. There we go, it's chorus / reverb. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change it into a flanger effect. So let me just try and find one. I'm just going to go and find, oh, hello, oh, hello. That was changing different. There we go, flanger. Hello. Testing. No. Testing. Oh, got some feedback chorus here. Wow. There we go. Testing. 1, 2. We've got some feedback chorus. That's pretty cool. Okay. Let's get back out of that and back into the. Let's put that back. But we can also change the reverb depth as well. Testing. Sounds like I'm in a big tunnel. And then we also have the pan pot. Oh, let me just turn that down. Put that back. Okay. The pan pot. So it's currently in center. If we scroll it to the right, my voice will come from the right-hand speaker. And then if I scroll it to the left side, my voice will come from the left-hand side speaker. And then we have like level reduction. Hello. So yeah, these are just like different things you can do. Or if you just want to do normal talking, you can just simply turn off the reverb. Just like you was talking through a hi-fi system, just a normal reverb. Sorry, not normal reverb. No reverb at all, rather. Testing. There we go. Testing. Yeah, just no reverb. Let's just put that back to default, and there we go. And we also have the 3-band. Yeah, hang on. Let me just. I think. Oh no, these are separate. So because of these two here, the 3-band equalizer, the noise gate and compressor, I thought it was the same as talk, but no, it is different. And down here we have guitar. If you was to hook a guitar into the keyboard instead of a microphone, we got these like different guitar, and you can change effects as well. So at least using the effects of guitar, when you're using a guitar, at least that way you don't have to have any effects pedals, because you can just do everything on the keyboard, which is pretty cool. But like I said earlier, if only I knew how to play a guitar, but I don't. I've tried and I'm bleeding rubbish at it. Oh, what's going on? The microphone's not. I'll sort that out. The microphone decided to stop working. Oh, it's because I turned it off. Silly me. There we go. Yeah, because you can select that, you turn off the mic and you turn it on. I had myself worried then. I thought my microphone stopped working. But no, it's fine. Yeah, it's amazing how you can change these different effects with microphone. Got some reverb or some distortion. Let me just try some. Oh, there we go. My voice is gone. Let's see if we can find a sort of a crunchy distortion combo. Distortion metal. Wow. That's a really Wow, yes. Hopefully you can recognise what I'm saying when it comes to this effect. Very distorted. But anyway, oh, okay, let me just, bear with me. What was it on before? Oh, I can't remember. Oh, there we go. Okay, now that effect is turned off. And that is pretty much the microphone settings and like different effects. Like we've got the free band equalizer, we've got the talking, chorus, reverb, level reduction, and guitar, if you was to connect a guitar. So those are just the microphone settings. Now moving on, we have vocal harmony and synth vocoder. So let me just go back to this home screen, and up here we have vocal harmony. This is where we can change different vocal harmonies, and then here we have synth vocoders. But before I show that, let me just go to direct access and do it again. Oh, it just comes up as, oh no, sorry. If you press mic setting again, you now have vocal harmony settings, in which we can just play around with. So that's what I'm going to do. And then after that, I'm just going to show a few vocal harmony presets and also synth vocoder presets as well. So what I'm going to do is that because sometimes you can't really tell the vocal harmony when you're talking at the same time. That's why sometimes it's best to turn up the keyboard, but not by much, because you don't want any feedback. And here we go, vocal harmony effect. So, hello. Oh, there we go. There you go, harmony is now turned off. Hello, vocal harmony. Oh, let me just, and now it's turned on. Okay. Hello, vocal harmony. This is the standard harmony. Don't mind me, my singing's terrible. I think I've said that once when I demonstrated this with the Genos 2. I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. I know my singing's horrible, so don't remind me. Okay, now back onto the vocal harmony. So we've got like chord, we've got like different, so we've got a vocoder. This is, oh yeah, hello, hello. So chordal means that it affects the left-hand side when you're playing chords. Vocoder, on the other hand, it affects the right-hand side. So when I'm playing the keys, so say this, for instance. Oh, hello. Oh. Standard harmony, standard harmony. Standard harmony. Okay. And we have vocoder mono, so it's just monophonic. So hello, 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 testing 1, 2, testing 1, 2. Okay, let's put it back to chordal. Testing 1, 2. And we've got like different balances as well for the pan volume, transpose, and so I don't know how that works. Let's see here. Let's put it up to say transpose number 7. Let's see. Hello, hello. We've got detune and formant, different settings. We have the chord source, XF. So I don't know what that is, but there it is. Type. Oh, we got like, I'm guessing that these are the harmonies, like these are different harmony types. So I'm just going to go through some. So test, testing, or testing, open blues, testing, 1, 1, 2. There's like different settings, like how about jazz? Testing, oh, okay, that is a difference. Testing. Let's do one more example. Let's try this one. Testing 1. Oh yeah, got that different, like sort of, you get sort of a bass effect. Sounds to me like a bass effect on the lower voice, like the lowest pitch. There's like different scaled. Oh, hello. Oh. Scale diatonic. Okay, so I'm not pressing any keys, but when I go to the microphone, my voice will sound. It will sound just like this. That's very, yes, very strange. Let's just put that back. Yeah, now put that back to defaults. We got the balance. Hello, testing, 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 testing. Oh yeah, testing. We also have effects as well, so we can change the vocal harmonies and effects. So now it's going to be delay. Testing. 1, 2. PSR-SX920. We can even change like the depth of the harmony. So now it should sound. Testing. 1, 2. Hello. Reverb depth as well. There we go. Testing. 1, 2. Let's put that back. And now we can change the chorus depth as well. There we go. Testing. 1, 2. Wow. Okay, let's just put these back to their default. Oh, I wonder what this is. Lead or lead. Testing, 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 testing. Oh, it kind of delays it, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So it's almost like as if it's an out of sync thing. So here we go. Hello. See, my voice in the microphone was out of sync. It wasn't sounding on the keyboard straight away. So take this for example. Okay, so that's just the vocal harmony settings. We can also change some tempo delay. Yep, we can change our effects basically. Type, tempo delay. We got like these different testing. 1. Oh, I get it. The feedback level, it kind of like sort of. Hello. It's like a constant echo. That's pretty funny, really. And we got feedback high damp. So there we go. Oh, try that. Testing. And L/R diffusion. Testing. And lag. Testing. 1, 2. So there's so many different like settings that you can have with the microphone and vocal harmony. Yep, type. We got romantic reverb. Okay. Oh yeah. 80s pop reverb. Hello. Room. We have concert stage. Plate. Vocal doubler. Stereo spread. Short delay. 1. So there's all sorts of like different effects with the microphone. which is pretty cool. Okay, now that I've gone through the microphone settings and vocal harmony settings, I'm going to go through some presets of vocal harmony as well. So, let's see, so I can turn up the harmony. Yeah, let's just turn off the... I'm going to go through some I'm going to go through some vocal harmony presets. I'm also going to do some synth vocoder presets as well. So here we have big acapella. Testing. Oh, let me just do something really quick. I'm just going to turn down the, if I can get to it. I'm trying to, there you go, pan volume. I just want to turn the style down so that you can actually hear better the vocal harmony. So I'm going to turn that down. So now, this is the vocal harmony. That's better. You don't get the style back in. I turned it down so that you can hear the vocal harmony even better. Right, back to it. We have big choir. Hello. Testing. Big choir. Vocoder Schlager. Vocoder Schlager. Vocal harmony preset. Robot voice. Hello. Hello. This is the robot voice. Kind of sounds more like a vocoder than a vocal harmony. Okay. There you go. Kids choir. Oh, hello. There you go. I sound like a child again. The kids choir. It kind of reminds me of that vocal harmony on the PSR-8000 known as Speedy Mouse. Yes, it kind of sounds like that. Bob and Mary. Bob and Mary. Mary and Bob. Flanging vocals. Wow. Chordal. Oh, no. Chordal XG. Detune XG. Vocoder XG. Wow. Okay, so there are many different vocal harmony presets on PSR-SX920. We have 55 vocal harmony, and moving on, we have synth vocoder as well. So now that I've showed you some vocal harmony presets, I'm now going to end this part, well, not end part 3, but just end this segment of the video, the microphone settings, showing you some synth vocoder presets. Hello, this is, oh, hang on, let me just turn off the voice, there we go. Hello, this is the Fatsaw synth vocoder. Testing. Hello. Synth vocoder. Strung detune synth vocoder. Ambient FX. This is the ambient FX synth vocoder. Testing. 1, 2. Ambient FX. Sweeping. Sweep. Synth vocoder. Party on, let's go. Yes. Testing. 1, 2. Let's do a couple more. Let's see here. Pulse wave. Testing. 1, 2. Testing. Testing. 1, 2. Kind of like, sounds like we're up. Hang on. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 Kind of have a similarity to that song. And how about organ as a final example? Testing one. Testing 1, 2. Organ, synth, vocoder. We're up all night to get lucky. 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 Just using the synth vocoder just by playing the keys. So there you have it. And that is the microphone settings, vocal harmony settings, along with vocal harmony and synth vocoder presets. It's really amazing. Just the microphone settings, you've got all this stuff like the equalizers, the noise gate, and also you can have like different effects. You can change effects such as like the reverb, chorus, DSP, etc. with the microphone, vocal harmony and synth vocoder. And that is microphone settings, vocal harmony settings, some vocal harmony presets and synth vocoder. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, and that is dynamics control. Now, for those of you that are familiar with my Genos 2 tutorial videos, that on Genos 2 we have ambient and dynamics control, because the Genos 2 has ambient drums, and that's where the ambient control comes in. But since the SX920 doesn't have ambient drums, it just has dynamics control. So I will show that to you. Quick and simple. It's to do with the styles. So there we go, dynamics control. And I'm going to select a style. It doesn't matter which one. And I will show you the control of the dynamics. Oh, yep, I should have turned that back up because that was for the microphone settings. So I'll turn down the style. So here we go. And then we can change the dynamics within the control. I'm just going to reset that. Okay, and now I'm just going to do drums. Just by listening to it, it kind of does sound like it has the same sort of effects as ambient drums. So with that, it's kind of similar to the ambient controls with the ambient drums of Genos 2. So the dynamics is turned right down, and as I turn it up, so that's still a pretty cool effect. I mean, obviously it's not, obviously with the dynamics control, it's like, it doesn't compare to the ambient drums, but still cool, regardless. And now, I'll turn off the drums, and we can also get we should have the dynamics within the sounds too. Or maybe we just select one sound. And notice how I turn up the dynamics, the sound starts getting louder. And the good thing with the drums it kind of does have a similarity to like the ambience drums, because as I turn down the dynamics, it sounds like the drummer is just playing lightly, but as I turn up the dynamics, it sounds like the drummer is playing really hard. So there you go, and that is the dynamics control, which is really useful for the styles. It's almost like the ambience control of the Genos 2, but the ambience control only affects the ambient drum sounds. But this doesn't have those drum sounds, but still good regardless, because as you saw, it kind of has a similarity to it, especially with the example of the drums. But dynamics control also affects the styles sounds as well, with the channel parts. So as you turn it down, they start to play sort of softer. But when the dynamics is turned up, it's almost like the whole band is playing really hard. And that is dynamics control. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, and that is digital effects. So we have plenty of digital effects such as reverb, chorus and DSP, and there are many different effects on board, and I will show that to you. So we go to menu and we're going to go to the voice part setup, and here this is where we can change like our reverb and DSP effects, etc. But first of all, I'm just going to go through some DSP effects. So I'm going to select a sound. I think I'll take an electric guitar, because they're quite common when it comes to DSP effects. So let's just take this one for instance. And this is what it sounds like with no DSP. And now with DSP. And this is where we can change our effects. So we've got some distortion effects. Or we got reverb. We've got some delay effects. Cross delay. Tempo delay, which depending on how high or low the tempo is, the delay so with tempo delay, it goes by what the tempo is on the keyboard. Go for some more. Yep, distortion, equalizer and compressor. Modulation, so we've got chorus, flanger, and within a lot of these DSP effects, we have like these built-in effects control, so we can actually change some of these parameters. So let's just say we want volume and bass, a bit of treble, have it center or edge. That's currently on center. Oops, edge. Change the output. Or Well, let's just say that, let's go for a wah distortion effect. So I'm just going to go ahead and find one. Also, just a quick pointer that we got legacy effects. So that's basically a lot of the older DSP effects. And a lot of these don't have the control, so you can't do anything with them. Distortion. Yeah, I think when it comes to the legacy distortion effect, so let's say distortion hard, you don't get the DSP control so that you can change them. But when it comes to, say, the main ones, you do get the console pop up on the screen. It's almost like changing a real effects pedal. So I'm just trying to find a sort of a wah-wah effect. There we go. So, and we can change the parameters of that. So we can change the speed of the wah and LFO speed, comp, sustain. The wah pedal. So there's many things we can change. Yep, so... Oh, let me just turn that down because that is pretty loud. Distortion drive. So there's different things we can change. Let's see here. I'm trying to find a LFO speed. Oh, there we go. We can change the speed of the wah effect. So that's pretty cool. And if you wanted to, you could actually save that onto the effects. The insertion effects, you can sort of change them and you can save them. So go to user 1, save. I'm going to call it example because you can change those DSP effects and you can save them as your own effects. There we go. That's what I saved it as. User. You can save up to 30, according to this, 30 of your own DSP effects. So let me just go back to the effects that I was on, which is, where was it? Let me just find it again. I think multi-effects crunch wah. There we go. And the same effect, except it's user, and this is my own one after changing the console. So that's pretty cool stuff. So that's the DSP effects and the fact that you can change them. There is another thing that relates to the DSP effects, and that is insertion effect. We just go to it, chorus, effect. We go to insertion effect. But I will show that in the next bit. So after showing the digital effects, I will go through the insertion effects, which kind of makes the digital effects go to a whole new level. Because with insertion effects, you can actually have multiple DSP effects in one part. But I will show that very soon. Oh, a little bit of a change of a subject. If you can hear it outside, we do have some stormy weather tonight. Yep, I just heard a light roar of thunder. I'm not sure if that picked up on the video, but I just thought I'd let you know that there is stormy weather tonight, so there might be some thunder. but that's okay. Okay, so that's the DSP-FX. And here we can change our chorus effects and reverb effect. So I'll show that to you. So let's see here, we've got reverb. But look, it looks to me like it doesn't have the reverb that the Genos 2 has. It doesn't have Revelation Reverb, which I think is originally owned by Steinberg. Revelation Reverb. But we don't get that on the SX920. Yeah, Revelation Reverb is a really cool effect. Okay, so yeah, okay, let me just change that. Here we go. So we've got these different chorus effects, and we can change it, say, the style. So hopefully you can hear. What about multipad? Let's just go through the voices because it'd be easier. So turn it up. Change the chorus depth. You can do it to left, right, 1, 2, and 3 as well. Multipad, but I'm not sure of a multipad. But it's just an example. And then we have different chorus effects too. So we got loads here, many different ones. But I think the most common one is, of course, chorus and flanger. And phaser effects. Real rotary. But those are more, they will sound more effective with organ sounds. Auto pan pot. Some reverb. Delay effects. Many things we can change within the many different effects with chorus. We've got some legacy. Yeah, we've got many of the legacy ones, like the older ones. And with the new ones, like, well, I wouldn't say like new ones, but the more up-to-date ones, we've got some, like, say, reverb. We've got reverb time. Initial delay. High damp. Let's see here. Going to go through some other ones. There's many to choose from when it comes to effects. Let's see here. Modulation. Let's see here. Tempo flanger. So we can sort of like change the frequencies and the depth, etc. Feedback level. Wow. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh, I've got to, hang on. Let's do that again. Feedback level. Okay, again, just like with the DSP-FX, we can actually save that. And let's see. Again, we can save 30 chorus effects as our own. So I've changed the parameters on the console, like the frequency and the delay, etc. And I can go ahead and save that. So go to save. So now I'm saving my own effect. Go to user. Okay, so this is what it sounds like originally. Tempo flanger. And now user. This is my own setting. How cool is that? And now that's all. That's the chorus, effects and like different effects. Finally, we're going to go to reverb. So I'm going to turn down the chorus. So now I've showed the DSP functions and effects. I've shown the chorus functions and effects. And now we're going to go through some reverb. So here, just like chorus, you can change the depth of the reverb. So let's change it to, say, 66. But what's even easier, unfortunately, it doesn't apply on the SX920, but on Genos 2, we have the sliders to change all of that. But we don't have that on the SX920, so we have to rely on the mixer here. But here, oh, there we go. So yeah, we got some reverb effects, and we can also change the parameters of that as well. So we've got many different reverbs, like hall, room, we got some plate effect, or white room, for example. Or if you want no effect, and there's just no reverb at all. So I'm just going to go through some. So we've got like real large hall plus, or large hall, bright hall, basic hall. Yeah, we've got drums room, real room. Yeah, we've got many different ones, and we also have like the legacy reverb effects, which doesn't have the console appear on the screen. But if we go to the standard reverb effects, like let's take that for instance. There we go. We've got like the console in which we can change things on here. Okay. So I'm just going to select a reverb effect. So we've got many different reverb effects. Okay, I know it's not a piano, but the effect is called Piano Hall. So we can actually change the reverb time. Initial delay. There you go, it sort of delays it. High damp. Again, just like with DSP and chorus, we can actually go ahead and save that, which is what I'm going to do. There we go. And again, with user. So basically, you can save up to 30 of your own reverb effects, 30 chorus and 30 DSP. It's a good thing that we got the parameters here in which we can change it and we can save it. So here's the normal piano hall. And here's the same sound, but user. So let me just put those back to normal. So there you go. And that is digital effects such as reverb, chorus and DSP, and showing some of the reverb, chorus and DSP effects, and also changing the parameters of the effects of the built-in console of each effect. And you can save that, you can save your settings onto the user. So you've got your own reverb, chorus and DSP effects too. So the possibilities are endless. And that is digital effects. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you which also relates to the DSP effects, and that is insertion effect. So I will show that to you. So we just go to mixer, effect, and insertion effect, and we go to assign part setting, and let's see how many are there. There are 13 effect blocks, which is really cool. So basically you can effectively have multiple DSP effects on one part. So before I show you, I'm just going to select a style. I'm just going to go through a couple of examples of the insertion effect. So let's just say with this one, I could actually add multiple DSP effects to the drum sound. So here we go. We've got the style, chord, style, but we can have our own. So let's see here. Insertion effect. Let's see here. These are like the different insertion effects we can have, like right 1, right to right 3, left, song channel. So if you have songs. But if we go down here, we can actually go through. Oh no, I think insertion effect 10 to 13, we can have like the style parts. Either way, it's just, you know, it's an amazing feature. So the ones that are up here, we can have like the right 1, 2, 3 and the song channels. But downward here we have, let's see, not this one, but the last 4 here, we can have the style channels. So we've got the style, rhythm 1, 2, bass, and so on. So I think the bottom ones apply to the styles. So let's see here. So let's select style rhythm 2. Well, that's really cool because it's different DSP effect. So we can change that. Oh yeah, that's really crunchy, that. We've got delay. But let's just say that I want to add multiple effects to that single part. So let's just go back to distortion. Oh yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, we'll take that for example. So we're going to leave that and then select this one and use the same one, style rhythm 2. So at least that way we got 2 DSP effects in one part. I'm actually going to change that into a flanger effect. So here we have the distortion and flanger effect. How cool is that? But we can go even further and so do another. So we're going to select the same one, style rhythm 2. So now we will have 3 DSP effects happening simultaneously to a single part. So let's see here. I'm just going to find an example. Let's say delay, for instance. You can't really hear it because of the other effects. So I am going to go ahead and do a different one. So let's see here. How about some reverb? Oh, drums room. Yeah. So we have 3 effects: British, Combo Heavy, Flanger 1 and VCM Compressor. So that's 3 DSP effects in a single part. The drums. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm going to do another example. I'm going to go ahead and select a different style. But this time I'm going to play something with a chord. And I'll do another example. So let's see here, which sound is that? We're going to go for chord 1. And we're going to change the effects on that with the this here. Oh, what am I doing? Oh, sorry about that. There we go. So it looks like the insertion effects, you can only have 4 in a style. There are 13 effect blocks in total on the SX920. I think there's only 8 or 9 on the SX720. And there's like nearly 30 on the Genos 2. So I'm going to go ahead. Let's see here. Yep. I'm going to change multiple effects for chord 1. So just keep it nice and simple. Let's have some chorus or flanger. And this one looks like it's already set to chord 1, but we can change that to, say, distortion. And we'll select chord 1 again. So we're getting basically multiple DSP effects simultaneously with the insertion effect. Let's see here, what's miscellaneous maybe? Oh yeah. So we've got these 3 effects going on at the same time. Let's just turn that off. So and then there's no effect. Okay, so that's the example of the styles with the insertion effect. Really cool stuff, though you don't get as many as on the Genos 2. But hey, it's still fun to just mess around with and having multiple DSP effects in one part. So that's really cool. Okay, so we're just gonna select. Okay, now we're gonna just go through a sound. So let's see here. We're just gonna do an electric guitar. Let's take this one again, for example. Let's go back to the insertion effect. We go to assign part setting, and yeah, we can have like many different ones. So let's see here, like right 1, and this one also applies to right. So yeah, the possibilities are pretty much endless. I mean, it's currently set to an effect, but we can turn these on and have multiple ones on a single part and any other part you desire. So we got this one here, the boutique DC clean. We got delay. We can also add some distortion. And finally, we're going to do the flanger. or chorus. There we go. So effectively, I have 4 DSP effects on right one. So yeah, it's just pretty much endless stuff. It's amazing. Like, I don't think we had insertion effects on the Tyros keyboards, even though there were DSP blocks, but there weren't like insertion effects. That is as crazy as Genos. So we got this effect. Oh, so we got this effect. The cross delay, auto wah and distortion. So we've got 4 DSP effects playing at the same time. Let's just go back to that. And there you go. And that is insertion effect, in which we can assign parts of the DSP block so that we can change like different DSP effects of certain parts, such as right 1, right 2, right 3, left. And if you go down there, we have the style parts. We can change them as well. Or we can have multiple DSP effects, as I showed you on this example. So there's 4 on the right hand side one, and I also made it so that there's, say, 3 DSP effects on the same part of a style, just like I showed you, for instance, like one of the chords on one of the styles, and also one of the drums as well, having multiple DSP effects playing at the same time, all thanks to insertion effect. And that is insertion effect. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to show you, and that is mixer/equalizer. So I will show that to you. We just press this here mixer button, and I think if you press direct access along with it, oh, it just goes to channel part. Okay, so ignore me on that. Okay, so mixer/equalizer. I've already showed you some things when it comes to the mixer. Just earlier on, I just showed the insertion effects and the reverb, chorus and DSP depths of the sounds and styles, etc. Okay, so when we press the mixer, it's set to, at the moment, pan/volume. Now obviously it's easier on Genos 2 because you have the sliders and you also have a sub screen just there. So next to the screen, here are the sliders of the Genos 2, and at the top we have the sub screen. We don't have that on the SX920. Okay, so this is where we can change the volume of our multipads, styles, voices. And now multipads. Yeah, we can change the volume of that. And for the left hand side and right 1, right 2, right 3, MIDI, audio, etc. And that's the panel 1. And then we go to panel 2. We can also change the volume of our mic, auxiliary in, Bluetooth, etc. And now moving on to the styles. Oh, and one more thing with the panel, we can also change the pan pot as well. So it's currently in center. So scroll it right, the sound will come from the right hand speaker. Scroll left, then the sound will come from the left hand speaker. Hopefully the video has picked that up. Same thing goes to the style. Now it's coming from the right hand. And now it's coming from the left hand speaker, and we just press that, hold it to go back to default. Same thing applies to each part of this. Yeah, I'll show that because some of them do have a effect. There we go. Notice that one of them is going from left and right. So let me just turn that up. So the pan pot is changing from left and right on its own. So let's just say the bass. We can change that as well. Or maybe take this chord for instance. And this is where we can change the volume of each part of the style as well. And if you want to change them back to their default volume, we just hold down. There we go. And the style volumes of each part will be at their default. And not only can we turn parts of a style on and off using this here channel on off menu, but we can also do the same on the mixer. As well as changing style parts voices. We just hold that to get the default, and I think with this, oh yeah, changes it to solo if you hold it down. Okay, moving on with the pan / volume. We also have the style 2, which also includes audio, because you can install audio styles on here. Now moving on, multipad. Let's see, why is that like that, I wonder? Oh, I get it. Nothing. You can actually turn the multipads off. So here. And I'm pressing multipad button number 1. Nothing comes up unless I press it again. And now same thing with songs. Same thing as I did with the style also applies to songs. And now we have here the master compressor, in which we can change the master compressor. So I'll show that to you. So change the compression, the texture, output. I won't have it too loud, but we can. There's some presets as well. So we've got natural, rich, punchy, electronic, loud, but also, just like I showed you on the reverb, chorus and DSP, you can save up to 30 of your own compressors when it comes to master compressor. So I'll show that to you. So we can change these. And we can save that. So save. and that's saved. So that, what did I use? I think it was loud, wasn't it, that I chose? And this is my own one. So that's the master compressor, but you can choose to have it turned off. Or you can choose to have it turned on. So that's the master compressor. Let's just put that back, the default. Okay. And also we have digital equalizer. There's many things you can choose here. So currently it's set to flat, but there are some presets, and again there are 30 users in which you can save yourself. So let's just go through some presets. But you can change these yourself, the frequencies and all that. You can change those yourself and save it as your own equalizer. So I'll show that to you. So basically just changing them. There you go, change the gain. We can change the bass. That might be a bit too loud. There we go. Basically just changing them. We can also change these as well. Change the frequency of just about everything. I know I've messed around a bit with the equalizers. So that's pretty good though, that you can just like change your own equalizers, as well as having presets already built in. So once you're happy with everything, we can actually save that. And here we go. So that's the digital equalizer saved. There you go. So I currently had it set to bright, didn't I? So this is what it sounds like, original. And this is my own. Notice that it changes. So that's the master compressor and digital equalizer. As well as having presets, you can change it around a bit and save it as your own. Okay, back to the mixer. We covered the pan/volume. Chorus and reverb. Well, I'm not going to go through too much detail because I've already demonstrated that earlier when I was showing the digital effects. As well as the styles as well, we can change. So let me just show you. Chorus as well. I won't go through too much detail because it will take longer than usual. So yep, you can change the chorus parameter, the depth of each part, as I showed you on there with the chorus on the drums, and the reverb also on the drums, but also applies to each other part as well. And audio, if you have audio styles. Nothing with the multi-pads, you can't do much with that. The same thing applies to the songs. So that's pretty much the chorus and reverb, which I didn't go into too much detail because I've already demonstrated that earlier. And now we have effect. Again, you know, it's the insertion effect. I already demonstrated that earlier when doing the insertion effect, in which you can assign parts. Like you can have, like, say, for example, 3 DSP effects simultaneously with the drums or anything. I've demonstrated that earlier. Variation effect. So let's see here. Oh, okay, you get the gate reverb. There. So we have variation effect, insertion effects, which I've already demonstrated. Multipad, no. Oh. Okay, same thing goes to songs. Okay, now moving on. Equalizer, high and low with the voices. See, it works on the voices as well. So let's just put them back to default. Also applies to the style. See, if I went through every single one of each of the mixers and the different voices and styles, if I went through each one, I'll probably be here all night. So yeah, there's just lots to do. Like lots you can do. Like this will, like if I went through absolutely everything, then this will probably be the longest part of the video. Okay, now equalizer, we can also do it for each part of the styles as well. Just going through the so yeah, there we go. So that's the equalizer for each channel part of the style. It's a shame that you can't change anything for each individual multipad. Same thing applies to songs. Okay, now finally within the mixer we have filter, where we can change resonance and cutoff. So I'll go through some examples. So let's say here, voice 1. So let's change the resonance. And we can change cutoff too. That's cool and all, but if only, like, resonance and cutoff, I think you can assign it with the live control, but I've already demonstrated that on the previous video. Yeah, filter, we got that. There we go. Yeah, resonance and cutoff. You can do it with the live control knobs, because I was going to say, obviously, it's mainly like synthesizers that have that effect, but you can do it on the mixer here or have them assign on the live control. I think it's much better having them assigned on the live control, to be honest. So let's put them back to defaults. We can do the same with the styles as well. So let's just do the rhythm, for example. Just as an example, whatever I do on here also applies to all the other channel parts as well. Let's just do one more example. Let's just take, say, phrase 1, for instance. That's pretty cool. So that's the styles. Nothing on multipad. The same thing applies to songs as well. You can do it with the songs. And that's pretty much everything you can do within the mixer. So there you go. And that is mixer/equalizer, in which we can change different things with the mixer, such as filter, equalizer, effect, chorus/reverb, PAM volume. It also applies to the voices, styles, and songs as well, and also the master compressor and the digital equalizer. Changing them, and whatever you change can also be saved as a user as well, just as I've done here. And that is mixer/equalizer. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to show you, and that is voice edit, in which we can edit any of the preset voices and save it onto our user section. So we have like user voices. So there are two ways of doing this when it comes to voice edit. There's two ways. First of all, I'm just going to show you the simple way, which is simply changing DSP effects and then saving that voice as a user. So I'm just going to go to a guitar sound. One moment. Yeah, take this one for instance. And then I'm going to go to the voice part setup. There we go. And we're just going to change the DSP effect and change the parameters as well. So let's see here. Let's take flanger for instance, because I've done too many like distortion references. Okay, so that's I've changed the DSP effect. I've also changed the like the different frequencies and depths within this console here. So that's our voice changed. Now, once you're happy with everything, we just go to File. We're going to save that voice. I'm going to rename it. Okay. So that's our voice saved. Now, which was the Okay, so that's what it was originally. The voice is called Bright Chorus. Same voice on the user section, but I've changed the DSP effect. So that's just a simple way of voice editing, just by changing the effects and changing the frequency and depth, etc., and then saving it as your own voice. Now, there is a way to go more in depth with the voice editing. So for this example, I am going to select a synth sound. Let's just take this one for example. And now I'm going to go through more in depth with the voice editing. So for that, we just go to menu 2, and this time we're going to go to voice edit. Now you'll notice something here. With the voice edit, notice that it's a completely different screen on the SX9. This is new to the SX720 and 920. A new screen of voice editing, which looks to me that it will make voice editing a whole lot easier. Even easier than GNOS 2. So, first of all, we have common 1, where we can change the volume. So I'm actually going to alter the volume. So put it onto, say, 100. Touch sensitivity, depth. An offset. Velocity limit. One moment. Oh, it looks like the touch sense. Let me just put those back to defaults, actually. There we go. So I don't want to panel sustain. So I think when the sustain is on, we turn on the sustain button. Right part octave. Okay, so we're going to change that. And the keyboard harmony arpeggio, which is currently set to trance 1. Let me just turn down the tempo. So, yeah, we can change those. So let's say trance 3 or trance 4. Yeah, let's take that for example. We can actually change the volume of the harmony. And we can, yeah, we have it on set to auto. And now there's a compare icon, so we can compare it to how the sound was originally compared to when I edited the sound. So this is the original. Oh, let's just turn that on. And then turn off compare. That's right, because I've turned up the octave. Now we have common 2, in which we can change whether the voice is set to mono or poly. So for this example, I'm going to set it to polyphonic. But although it's set to polyphonic, it's still set to portamento. We can set to normal, legato, crossfade. We have like the portamento time threshold. Yeah, we can change that. Velocity used for crossfade portamento. You can have that the first note or latest note. portamento time, fixed time or fixed rate. So let's just compare that to the original. Okay, and now we go to controller. So I think this is to do with the joystick. So let's just change it. Okay, let's just change that back to... So change the amplitude and filter. Oh, no, maybe not. Okay, so that's what happens when you turn down the amplitude. And we can change the LFO P mod. So we're just going to do some altering here. Let's just turn up the amplitude. Oh yeah. LFO A mod. So that's for the modulation plus, when you push the joystick up. And now we have modulation minus for when you turn the modulation downward. So I'm going to change some of those. Change amplitude. And change some of those as well. So it's amazing how it all can be modified. Okay, so moving on. Sound. So we can change the filter with the cutoff and resonance, attack, delay, release, depth, speed and delay when it comes to filter, EG and vibrato. So we're going to just go ahead and alter some of this. We can change the attack. Decay. And release. We can also change the vibrato depth and speed and delay. And here we have the effect. We can change the insertion, the DSP. So let's just change the effect depth. If we want, we can have another effect. So let's just say chorus, for instance, or flanger. Let's see here. Okay, we'll take that one for example, and we can change the parameters of this as well. So pretty much anything, really. And then finally, when it comes to the voice edit, we have equalizer. we can change the frequency, the gain, yep, low and high frequency, gain. So we can just go through some of that. And notice how this here on top, when you change the gain, the low gain and the high gain, this changes as well. So it also acts as almost acts as a actual synthesizer. So I've literally changed everything here with the voice edit. Some parts of common 1, common 2, controller, sound, effect and equalizer. Now if we press compare, we compare it to how the sound was originated. Compare that to the stuff that I've changed on it. I know it's not a perfect edit, but it's just an example of the capabilities that you can do. And the good thing about the SX920 with this new voice edit screen, it makes voice editing a lot easier compared to the previous generations, such as the Genos 1, even Genos 2. The Genos 2 still has the same voice edit screen as the Genos 1. This is new of the SX920, makes it a lot easier. Okay, so once you're happy with everything, we just press save. We're going to save it into user. I'm going to call this one edit example 2. And press OK. And there we go. And that's my edited voice saved. So I've gone through the examples here. So the first example is, it was just simply changing the DSP effects. And edit example 2. The second example was using the voice edit menu. So there you go, and that is voice edit. The first one just being a simple one, just changing the DSP effects, and the second one example is using this here voice edit controller. And within the new voice edit console, the way the screen is, it's new to the SX720 and 920. And it actually makes voice editing a lot easier compared to, say, the Genos 2, Genos 1, the SX900, etc. And then once you're happy with your edited voice, you can save it as your own. And that is voice edit. Okay, so now the last thing that I'm going to show you of part 3 of the tutorial of the Yamaha PSR-SX920 keyboard, and that is the scale tune, in which we can tune each individual note. Oh. So I'll show it to you. Let's just find a suitable sound for this this one. So let's go to woodwind. So and we're going to find, let's see here. don't think it really matters. Okay, so we just go to menu, we just go to scale tune, and this is where we can tune each individual note, just like it would as you would hear usually on within Arabic music. We can just change each. So for example, so there are preset scale tunes which I've just selected. See here, there's some different ones. Or select pure major. Arabic one. There we go. So Arabic 2. And we can change like the bass notes as well. Okay, so the main, but let's just go back to equal. So that's original, but we can scale tune each individual note ourselves. So let's just take some, for example, or we can put some down like that to sort of like plus to minus. So now that I've changed some of them. So and see these ticks here, we can tick which parts that we want to have within the scale tune. So it's selected as right 1, right 2 and right 3, for instance. So let's just say that I want style. So now the style would sound like this. Oh. And now if we untick the style, and then we tick it again, so the style parts are out of tune because I've just done the scale tune. The same thing goes to multi-pad as well. So let me just select a multi-pad. So let's just say here, like guitar, I shall turn down the tempo. And then go back to the, there we go. So we can change the bass note. So let's say E, for instance, and they change as well. Let's see, I wonder what bypass does. Bypass is almost like, I think it's almost like as if the scale tune isn't turned on. And then we have a sub scale tune, so it's all, let's see here. Which kind of works the same way, but they're all set to -50. And then we just, let's see here. Oh yes, and notice that it says type edited because I've edited the scale tune. Yes, but I don't know if there's any user ones in which you can save yourself. It doesn't have a save option or anything like that. So that's the scale tune, in which you have different, it's all equal now, so it's normal. So that's normal. And then we have like pure major, minor, and we have like some Arabic scale tune as well. And you can also set your own notes as a scale tune, as I just showed you of this example. And also with the, yep, as I said earlier, the right 1, right 2 and right 3, you can also apply it to the style and the multi-pads as well, as I just showed in this example. And now I was going to put that back to normal. And there you go. And that is scale tune, in which you can tune each individual note by yourselves. And there's also presets as well, which has its own scale tune. So you can either select those, or you can either select your own scale tune in any way you like. I know that the scale tune, it's mainly common in Arabic music, where you have some of the sounds, notes, shall I say, you get some sound, you get some notes that are slightly out of tune than others. And that is scale tune. And this is now the end of part 3 of the tutorial of the Yamaha PSR-SX920 keyboard, going through some of the more advanced functions. I do hope you have enjoyed this video and that you have found this tutorial useful. So please do write back to me and tell me what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and stay tuned for the 4th and final part of the tutorial of the Yamaha PSR-SX920 keyboard, in which I'll be going through with you recording functions such as song recording MIDI, song recording audio, multi-pad creator, style creator, etc.